Trump and Carson's comments now sparking outrage. Today, the Council on American-Islamic Relations, or CAIR, is calling for Ben Carson to withdraw because Carson's remarks violate the Constitution, namely Article 6, which says it forbids a religious test as a requirement for holding a governmental position. Ibrahim Hooper joins me now from CAIR. He's the National Communications Director. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. What would you like to say to Ben Carson?
Well, it's interesting that an individual who is trashing the Constitution is accusing American Muslims of not somehow following the Constitution. American Muslims support the Constitution every day and seek its protections from individuals like Mr. Carson who would violate the Constitution to take away our rights. I mean, Donald Trump says it wasn't Swedes who did this or that. Well, it wasn't Swedes who went into the church and killed 9 African Americans. It wasn't a Swede who blew up the Murrah Federal building. It wasn't a Swede who went into the Newtown school and killed all those people, or the theater in Colorado and killed the people. You know, you can make all of these bizarre comparisons, but that doesn't avoid the fact that Mr. Carson is rejecting the Constitution when he says put a religious test for public office, and then accuses Muslims of not following the Constitution. It would be laughable if it wasn't so tragic.
Ibrahim, what specifically will you call for in a couple of hours?
Well, if an individual clearly doesn't abide by or care about the Constitution, I think that's a disqualifier in terms of running for the nation's highest elected office. So we're calling for him to withdraw from the race.
You're calling for Ben Carson to withdraw. What about Donald Trump?
Donald Trump, I mean, it's in the same category, but with Donald Trump, it's just run-of-the-mill bigotry. With Mr. Carson, it's actual rejection of the clear language of the Constitution.
Are you satisfied that other politicians have disavowed what Ben Carson said?
Well, we've seen some disavowals, and we appreciate those, especially from people like Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz and others. But we really need a strong response to this. It really is beyond the pale, and it should be repudiated by politicians from either side of the political spectrum, from right to left. They need to speak out against this, because this is really getting out of hand, the rising Islamophobia in our society. We just saw within the last few days the 14-year-old Muslim arrested for bringing a clock to class in the Dallas area. I mean, we're seeing this rising hostility, and when there's no pushback from our nation's religious and political leaders, that's taken as acceptance by these bigots out there.
Ibrahim Hooper from CAIR, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I appreciate it.